You're welcome to another edition of a session on DBA TV. My name is Dele Ayemibo, and in this episode, I'll be talking about something that recently happened in Nigeria. You know, in one of the videos in the past, I've talked about the fact that knowledge is very important in international trade. In fact, I also mentioned the fact that international trade is knowledge intensive. Today, I'll be talking about import in Nigeria, not export. Something happened recently. The Central Bank of Nigeria, you know, in Nigeria, unlike many countries in the world, most of the regulation around international trade involve the banks, particularly the central bank, because central bank controls the form, is the owner of the form, the application form for import and export in Nigeria, because, I mean, they control the forex, and so any form that involves you getting forex or spending forex, you need to go through central bank, and by that, through that, as a result of that, you have to go through the commercial banks, because central bank is not a commercial bank, but they use the commercial bank to be able to implement some of these policies. Now, so recently they introduced what is called the price verification system. For those that are not aware, Nigeria have an application form called FORMEM. That FORMEM is the application form for import into Nigeria, and it comes with many other documents attached to it: the pro forma invoice, the insurance, the NAFDAC. Depending on the nature of the item you are importing, that will determine the additional document that you're going to attach to this particular Form M, and it's done online, trade system, on a platform called tradesystem.gov.ng. So last year, I think it was 2021, if I'm not mistaken, CBN came up with the idea that they want to do the price verification system. And the idea is this: you know, currently Nigeria does not have enough forex. In fact, JP Morgan even said our FX is about 3 billion. Even though CBN said we have 30-something billion. What they did was to net off all the forwards, net off the loan, net off every liability of Nigeria, and say what is left is 3 billion. Which of course does not make sense. I mean, those obligations are not due yet. They'll be due in future, and we are going to get some forex to take care of that in future. So it wasn't supposed to be, I mean, I didn't agree with what JP Morgan did. But where I'm going is this: CBN, in the bid to curtail the way that people are, you know, we don't have enough forex, but people are taking a lot of money out of Nigeria. And CBN is trying to ensure that they prevent the way at which capital flight is going out of Nigeria, and of course, through money laundering also. So the price verification system is actually a tool or a mechanism designed to ensure that transaction, particularly international trade transaction involving cross-border trade, are conducted at a fair and accurate price. The goal is to conduct international trade at a fair and accurate price. That is the goal. Fair and accurate. Because people do over-invoicing when they want to do money laundering or terrorist financing. That means they buy things at $1,000, but they are foreigner in Nigeria. This thing is done mainly by foreigners. So they have made money in Nigeria. They want to move that money out illegally. Because now you can move that money out legally through clean certificate of inspection. But if you don't have that in place, you won't be able to move it out through certificate of capital importation. So the idea, a lot of foreigners actually are the ones that do this a lot. And what do? They have made money in Nigeria, but they did not bring in that money in legally. As in, when I mean legally, or officially, let me say officially. But they want to take it out. And that was going to impact on our foreign reserve, because sometimes they even go to CBN and bid for forex. So they are brought in good what they have made money in Nigeria. They want to import goods worth $1 million. They can quote $2.5 million for good of $1 million, so that they can pay their parent company, who can now keep the remaining and send the goods they want to them. And because we don't have, as a country, we don't have enough foreign exchange already, this is now causing more harm to the economy of Nigeria. In the bid to stop this, CBN introduced this price verification system. I think the circular that came on August 17th is the third circular. Now, this price verification system, like I said, is a system designed by government and regulatory bodies to combat capital flight and money laundering by ensuring that the value that is declared in transaction reflect the actual market value of the goods and services being traded. reflect the actual market value of the goods and services being traded. This will curb money laundering. You know what money laundering is? Money laundering is a process whereby people illegally obtain money and then use international trade to clean it up. It's called trade-based money laundering. It involves placement, layering, and integration. Placement, layering, and integration. In the course of placement, that money that has been stolen is put into, used to buy, in fact, they can do this for export, buy raw materials, ship it abroad. But when they're shipping it abroad, they either quote higher or lesser, depending on what they're trying to do. If they're going to move value out, they will quote higher and lower value, so that payment will be lower and excess will be kept abroad. If they want to bring in money, they will quote a higher value, so that what they will be paid will be higher and they can bring money to do whatever it is they want to do. The idea is this: CBN is trying to prevent capital flight and money laundering. Capital flight basically involves movement of assets out of the country, maybe because of economic instability, sometimes to protect their wealth, sometimes for different reasons. People do it for different reasons. But government is trying to prevent it because it's not good for the economy. It's not good for the economy. How will this privatization system work? Just the way you get your insurance, just the way you get your pro forma invoice, just the way you get your NAFDAC, just the way you get your SON, and all of them are used to be attached, but now you just impute the data or the figure, the reference number of those documents on when you are filling the form online. That's exactly what you do now. In this case now, I don't know what maybe you have to impute it. You have to impute the reference number or the document itself. But the idea is this. That means before I open my Form M, just the way I go to process my insurance, I'm going to I'm going to verify my price and get what is called price verification report. You can tell your bank will give you the link to this platform, but price verification report. With the price verification report, it will be attached. That means if the price of your product is supposed to be, if you quote $10 per unit, if the price is $10 per unit, and you quote, the price verification shows $7, what will happen is your Form M will be rejected. You will not be able to use that Form M. They gave a tolerance, I think about, is it 5 or 10%? I can't remember the exact figure. There'll be a tolerance, actually. CBN put that tolerance some time ago. There'll be a tolerance, but I'm sure tolerance will not be more than 20%. I'm not sure it can be more than 20%. I can't remember the exact figure, but you can check with your bank. The tolerance basically means if they are rate, let's say CBN's, the portal show that the price of the product is, your invoice is $100,000. Sorry, your invoice is $130,000. But the price shows $100,000. Maybe a range of, let's say 90 to 110. Average is $100,000. If the tolerance that they allow is 20%, that means you can't quote more than 20%. That means if your price is now 130 instead of 120,000, they will reject your Form M. They will reject your Form M. This is going to affect a lot of businesses in Nigeria. If we asked a lot of questions from CBN on this matter, the question was, sometimes, how do you verify this price? Because if I'm buying a car, I can buy Toyota in the US and I can buy Toyota from Japan. And they can be different prices. And CBN said they are working with some experts around the world who will give them price of the country. So that means if your invoice shows that this product is coming from Germany, the price they will verify will be based on German market, not Japanese market. Not Japanese market. So they tackle the issue of tolerance. They tackle the issue of tolerance. They tackle the issue of jurisdiction. And I noticed in that circular, it's only from M, because in the circular they sent before, it involved both import and export in that document. And there were a lot of questions that were asked about it. But in this one, it doesn't involve both. It just only, this one only involved import. Maybe they'll bring it to export later. But my take on the export thing is, export is better now. If someone is quoting more and will bring in more dollar, it's better for the economy now. So CBN should not bother about export. I think CBN should just focus on import, because export is better than for Nigeria. If the person quotes more and bring in more dollar, and bring in more dollar. But in summary, the idea is this: going forward from August 34th, that will be from September 1, you will now need to submit your pro forma invoice, maybe to your bank, or you go on this platform. I don't know how it will generate. I don't know the mechanism yet. You can ask your bank. But when you are filling your Form M, this particular report will be part of it. But there is a concern. You know, I can actually get an advance ruling from custom before I do import. What do I mean? If I'm concerned about what custom will charge on my goods, if I'm concerned about the price that custom feel my goods should be purchased, I can write custom, and custom will give me an advance ruling on the tariff payable, how much I'm going to pay, what the price of this thing should be, the maximum. So the question people are asking is there a synergy between CBN and custom, such that if custom give me a ruling and the figure of what my price should be, is it going to be the same with the platform that CBN is setting up? So like I was saying, that if there is inconsistency, that'll be a challenge, a big challenge, I must say, a very big challenge. And I hope that CBN and custom have the right synergy on this. It's a good initiative. It's a fantastic initiative. I think it's good for the Nigerian economy. The only challenge is that, we already have a lot of documents you add. We just keep adding document upon document, but, Nigeria also seems to be a peculiar environment that sometimes people have found a way of just bypassing anything government is doing. So the government also want to always be a step ahead to be able to help the economy. So I don't think what the CBN decided to do is wrong, or I don't have issue with it personally. And I think it's good for the economy. What I'm not sure of is the bureaucracy around it to be able to ensure that this platform is seamless, and the things, the information I need to obtain there, I'm able to do it. I don't have to be waiting for someone's approval. Maybe something I can do within 20 minutes, 30 minutes, not something I've taken for 1 hour, a whole day. I don't know. I will still ask some importers to be able to know what their feedback is on the platform and then probably come back to talk about it again on this platform about what has been the experience of the people for it. But be rest assured that this is supposed to ensure transparency and accuracy, because by requiring accurate and transparent reporting of transaction price, the price verification system actually reduces the potential for artificially inflating or deflating value of goods or services in order to move fund across border. This makes it harder for individual and entity to manipulate the system for illicit purposes. So it has an advantage. Like I said earlier, it also creates fair value. This system ensures that fair value is paid. Look, it's good for the importer if your price is too high and it's genuinely high. If it's genuinely high, you can actually now know what other computers are charging in the same country and be able to get another supplier to supply you. So it's good for you. It's good for your business. You can get another supplier to supply you. So that's an advantage for you, actually. It's an advantage for you. And I remember CBN also addressed an issue. Sometimes some people have a special discount that that CBN might not be able to obtain through their channel, through their process, as in through this database where they're getting it from. It's possible that they're not able to get that particular the pricing. So, and CBN said that if someone has a special price and they say contract to that, I remember that, and they said they will look into it, that they will create, they know that there will be some special cases that they might have to. So now, maybe what they want to do is for you to give you the contract, and they will verify the contract that indeed you got this kind of price from the supplier. And that will be a price that is lower. Of course, it can't be a higher price. It can't be a higher price. If you are getting a special discount, that means you have a very low price, which I don't think CBN will frown at. I think CBN is interested in those high inflated prices. I think that's what they're interested in. If your price is a lot lower than others, custom is the one that will be worried about that because of duty payment. I'm not sure CBN will have issue with that. I don't know. I'm just imagining the basis for CBN's setting up this system and the implication on pricing, if it's high or low. Fair value. So the fact that it helps to be able to get fair value, I think, make a lot of sense. And it's good for you. For me, I think it's a good system. I think it's necessary. I think it's okay. What I just don't know is how it will impact on the processes that is currently, people already have issue with the delay, and but we'll keep watching. And if I see any other new information about it I need to make known to you, I will let you know. But just know that you now need to go and process this, get this document, either attach it or put the reference number on the platform, and to be able to get your form approved. If there is a conflict with custom, maybe at the end of the day, custom and CBN will find a way to reconcile on this matter. But more importantly, is also for you to know that at the end of the day, this is for the betterment of the nation. How the implementation is going to go is what we can't be able to say much about. But be rest assured, it's for the betterment of the nation. We need forex, we need to conserve our FX, and this will help us too, so that the foreigner that is taking advantage of the country, let me tell you, this policy, I believe, is targeted at some businesses in Nigeria. And sometimes CBN does that because it's just a way of ensuring that these businesses who have designed a way to ensure they beat the system can be prevented electronically. I think that's what CBN is trying to do. But please let me know if you have issues that were not envisaged and I didn't mention in this video. I will talk about it. I will share this video also with people in CBN so that when you raise those concerns you raise, I will do a video with it. Also ensure it gets to the appropriate quarter in CBN, and I'm sure they will address it. And the reason is because they also, it's not good for them if the system have issues, because they mean well for whatever it is that they are doing. That I know. So if they have issues, they don't, but they also need your honest feedback. So please, as many as importers who will be listen to this video and you have issues and you have questions, please feel free to drop your question in the comment section. And remember to subscribe to the YouTube channel, like the video, share with your friends who are importers. And remember to click on the notification bell so you know when we post another video. I will stop here on this while I wait your feedback, and on the top of that, I will going to do the next video. I need your feedback to know how is this thing working in your bank, and that will be next week when later this week when it starts. How is it working in your bank? What challenges are you having? Please let us know so we can help you amplify your concern and ensure that CBN get to know the challenge you have. My name is Ibo, and I'm your expert doctor, and I'm signing out. Bye-bye. Thank you very much, and bye-bye.